I squatted down for a bit. When I came back to my senses, my entire room had changed drastically. Oh, whoa. It's night now? Oh, well, not night, but like dusk? What the hell happened? The numbness in my head was gone, and slowly I could tell blood was flowing to my extremities again. How long have I been squatting here? How many minutes? Or has it been hours? It was almost as if the hands on the clock had stopped moving the entire time my eyes were closed. That's how little time passed. Really? The air in the room wasn't filled with that madness from before, only a dull silence. Rena wasn't there pinning my arms, and Mion wasn't there about to inject me with a needle. What? No way. Could it be? All of it was a hallucination? Oh, thank God. There was no other presence in the room besides my own. Okay, that's good. Well, then you did imagine that. I mean, you're not dead either, so... Yay! It was the weirdest experience I'd ever had. I was certainly with Rena and Mion. Yeah, you were, but you must have been just... I doubted my sanity for a moment, but I was also seized with some sort of comfort. Haha, I guess that terrible ordeal was a hallucination. Neither Rena nor Mion, they would never do something so terrible. My head grew hot. I could tell my emotions were welling up. Why? That wasn't a reason to cry. Why? It was sorrow. Why was I sad? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kind to everyone, not discriminating against age or gender. Mion. Oh, that Mion was sprawled by the window in an unnatural pose. No! Did you kill them? Blood stained her a deep red from her head down to her chest. What happened? Oh, no, 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 no. What just happened? The bright crimson smeared on the walls. That splatter had undoubtedly come from Mion. Oh, no, no. She always had that bright smile and was kind to me from the day I transferred. Rena. That same Rena was slumped at my feet and was making the same pool of blood as Mion. Oh, no. I couldn't comprehend what had happened. Did someone come to save me? Huh? I'm gonna ignore that. Then they beat these two down? Wait, with this metal bat? Oh no. Oh, okay, it was you. Oh no, this is undoubtedly you. Oh no. I finally noticed the weight in my right hand. How long had it been there? It was Satoshi's metal bat. It was covered in a deep red. There was no doubt that this was the weapon used to mutilate both of them. And you were holding it? Yeah. I was holding that weapon. Oh no, man. That is no, bro. What is going on? What is going on? I don't even know. Oh, okay. I got a theory on why. Okay, so what? They injected him with it, and then it went like full on hysterical and just. Oh no! Why would they do that? Oh no! It's like a case of backfire. Like what? Did it like no? Because they injected him, right? And then like what? He went hysterical and beat them? Because he definitely. I'm like pretty sure, right? And I was holding that weapon. I was the only person in the house. What?
俺
I. Looking at this objectively, I couldn't think of anyone other than myself who could have done it.
俺がやったのか
I did this? That's right. Keiichi Maibara. Oh, what? Not this again. Of course I did it. I told myself gently, as if coaxing myself. Hey, me? There's no reason for you to remember it, nor is there a need to regret it. I don't like this. What does that mean? Eat or be eaten. You get that, don't you?
でも違うこんなに
The blood. The blood. There's so much. One second. I'm back stream. Why did that pop up again? Okay. But the blood. There's so much. Neither Renan nor Mion had moved an inch. Oh, God. Yeah, he did black out. Oh, I didn't even realize he blacked out before we even saw it. I don't know then. It wasn't just a split forehead and trickle of blood. Nothing that simple. The entire room was splattered with red, and that told me it didn't end with just 2 or 3 strikes. Oh no, just go.
死んじまったのか
They dead?
二人とも
Both of them? The depths of my mind were calm, but on the surface I was panicking and agitated. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. What happened to your usual calm self? Come on now. Do like you always do. Throw your head back and take a deep breath. Come on. Once. Twice. Breathe deeply. Calm down. Calm down. I chanted that over and over in my head and relaxed. How can you calm down when you got this situation? Keiichi! Color came back to my vision, and smells reinfused the air. At the same time, I remember what happened when I blacked out. Oh boy. Oh, this looks scary. Renan and Mion had attacked me. They were about to inject me with whatever caused the same symptoms as Tomitake-san. Right before that happened, I fought back. Okay, so yeah, that's right. He didn't even get injected then, right? I don't know. I twisted my whole body and threw Renan as she was pinning my arms. Then I followed through with my spin and ran my foot as hard as I could into Mion's torso. Wow. It was soft. Renan tried jumping on me, so I tackled her as hard as I could and slammed her against the wall. I didn't let that brief moment of having them off balance slip by. Satoshi's bat that was left carelessly by the side of my desk. Bleep. At that moment, everything went pitch black. There was nothing recorded past this point in the videotape of my mind. No, that wasn't right. You just blocked it out? It wasn't that there was nothing recorded. It was recorded just fine. Just the other me inside myself had told me not to look and had turned off the TV. Again with the other me. Just because the screen had gone black and I couldn't see it didn't mean that the videotape within me hadn't recorded it. The tape was just off. The video was still playing. Oh, stop. Just stop hitting them over and over again. No. The tape within me creaked along, still playing. On the other end of that pitch black screen, that horrifying video was still playing on. Thank God, if I could stop. Compared to this, though, the scene right before my eyes, was still so difficult to take in. There was blood splattered everywhere on the walls, the 2 of them in these unnatural poses. Not a sign of movement from them. I couldn't even tell if they were breathing. Oh, don't tell me you killed them. No matter what the circumstances, my friends, these girls, I had attacked them. I may have even killed them. But if I hadn't done this, I would have been the one done for. Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that. This is the same scene. I gotta look that back now. When I do my analysis video for Onikakushi on YouTube, I gotta remember to. Hopefully, I remember these details by then. But if I hadn't done this, I would have been the one done for, and I just reread it again. Swell. Balancing that out on an imaginary scale, it felt odd that I'd even feel bad about it. Even if it was a bit excessive, this was justifiable self-defense. Probably. The proof was all here. The 2 of them collapsed here in Mion's syringe. Mion's syringe filled with some unknown drug would certainly solve the mystery surrounding the incident with Tomitake-san. And from the fact that both of these 2 were involved, they'd be able to pick out the criminals one after the other. Still, I might be suspected for this. But that was just fine. Anyway, now this should be a police affair. This wouldn't fade in the darkness like Rena's past incidents. As long as the police were involved, that should bring this to a close. They'll probably revisit their investigation on the chain of incidents. Oshi-san would definitely get to the bottom of it. Ah, yeah, damn. Just thinking about that opening, yeah. Inner thoughts in the beginning, it's like, yeah, wow, this makes it so much worse. Meaning my wish, of not wanting to die, of wanting to know the truth, that would be fulfilled in its most basic form. It was all a matter of time now. The doctor Renna called should be getting here soon. I'll confess everything to him. I needed to contact Oishi-san. I know, right? Like, at that moment I remembered. Besides the doctor, a director had been called. It's easy to imagine that they were someone deeply involved with the incidents, judging from Rena and Mion's conversation. The ache in my chest, caused by the gruesome deed I'd done, dissipated rapidly. It was not over yet. This place was no longer safe. Stay calm, Keiichi Maibara. The amount of times he said this line, I think it's at least a dozen. It's not over yet. I needed to live long enough to tell the police of this incident. At that moment, I felt like I heard someone's voice from outside. Oh, the doctor? Those people were speaking. It must have been there was more than one person. Oh, never mind. I moved the curtain ever so slightly and peered outside. It was a bizarre sight. So many, like, sad vibes. This whole, like, wow. About 4 or 5 grown men were all gathered at the gate. They very much resembled the 2 men who had assaulted me at the dam site today. Oh boy. That's not good. Those 2 might even be among them. There was one person there wearing a white coat, but he didn't look like a doctor at all. My gut told me he was in disguise, only posing as a doctor. That guy would probably ring the bell and get me to open the door. Pretending to be a doctor to get me to open the door, and then the rest of them would all rush in at once. Uh-oh. At that moment, I saw the car parked behind the men, and my heart nearly skipped a beat. The white van! What, the white van? Seriously? Okay. Wow. No mistaking it. That van, the one that had tried to run me down? The man in the white coat entered the gate and headed towards the front door. The rest of the men hid in the bushes and watched him. I probably couldn't pretend that I wasn't home. Undoubtedly, they'd just break the window and enter. I need to get out of here somehow. Then use a public phone to contact Oishi-san. Then meet up somewhere. First of all, I need a weapon. Then shoes. Before all that, there was one thing I had to do. I had no intention of dying. I'd live and reveal the truth about this nonsensical curse of Oyashiro-sama. But what would happen from here on, regardless of how determined I was, may bring about my demise. That was why. There was one thing important. One thing more important than getting out of here right now. I need to get that clock out quickly and take out the note hidden from behind it. Oh, I forgot all about that. Damn it. The tape was sticking to it fast. It'd be fine if it was torn a little. I'd open up slightly torn note and began writing another passage with the ballpoint pen. I wasn't able to inform Oishi-san. Then the only thing I could rely on was this note. I never thought a piece of torn, college-ruled notebook paper could be this reliable before. First tragedy, yep, 7 more to go. What happened to the... Oh yeah, what did happen to the bat? I didn't think about that. I had no time. I only write what I knew right now. Wow. I needed to leave some sort of information that would lead them to uncover the truth. Rena and Mion are conspirators of the perpetrators. This was an undeniable fact. I still didn't want to believe it, but it was a fact. Anyway, I'd leave all the information that would help to lead them to finding the perpetrators. There are 4 or 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. This is everything I was able to see from the window. There may be more. Also, there was that unidentified person known as the director. To begin with, the term director didn't even match with Hinamizawa at all. If they were going to include the directors from the previous incidents, the only one is the construction foreman, the victim from the first murder. The first victim in the chain of incidents. Killed in a lynching, his body divided into 6 pieces. His right arm was never discovered. The police should have confirmed that death. But Rena and Mio did both call him director. They said director. They wouldn't use that term to refer to someone who was dead. The police would never even conceive that someone who was deceased could be involved. Could that be some sort of oversight? I didn't know. But even if I didn't know, it could be a big hint for Oishi-san. No way! They needed to start fresh from the first incident. It wasn't just a simple dismemberment, but the start of this string of mysterious deaths that would follow. So then, there must be something hidden there. Police reinvestigate the victim from the dismemberment incident. He's alive. What? I don't get that. I'm confused. Maybe when I think about it, when it's not really late at night, maybe I'll understand it, but right now I'm confused. I don't get what they're thinking of the damn foreman. His death should have been established after an autopsy. Logically, you would think as much. But was that really the case? Could it have been some sort of ploy that they were able to deceive the police with? I shouldn't jump to conclusions, but he may still be alive. I had no time to ponder that right now. Oh yeah, there's something even more important I needed to write. Tomitake-san's death was from an unknown drug. That's right. That drug, it was an irreplaceable piece of evidence. No doubt, just by having this, everything would be uncovered. I couldn't just leave that vital clue lying on the floor. This syringe is proof. Writing that down, I struck the syringe onto the back of the clock with plenty of tape. So it absolutely would not slip out and fall to the floor firmly. Firmly! Uh-oh, they're here. The bell rang. They were here. I couldn't write any more. But even still... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Wow. There was one last thing I had to write. I have no idea why it has become like this. This may be the closest thing to the truth out of everything I wrote on this note. If you are reading this, then I am probably already dead. Though you may or may not find my body. I was going to write out everything that could happen. Either dying from the curse, or being demoned away. You who are reading this, please uncover the truth. That is my only desire. With this, my last will and testament was complete. It wasn't certain that I was going to die, but it was my final plea, just in case. No, he separated the doctor from the director. He earlier he said they called the doctor, then Mio, then the director. That's what Keishi's saying. He's not coming there to medically help him. He's just the director, is what Keishi's referring to him as. I folded the note, stuck it back onto the back of the clock, and returned the clock back to its usual spot. I couldn't help but pray. Oh, Ishi-san, if something happens to me, I leave the rest to you. After that, I gazed down silently at Rena and Mion. This is probably the last time we'd ever see each other. Rena, Mion,
俺、
はい。
みんなのこと、本当に友達だと思ってたんだぜ。
Really had thought all of us were friends. But why did it end up like this? I never had any fun in my previous school. I only worried about standardized test scores. About if the school I hoped to get into was where I really wanted to go or a safety net. That was all I talked about. It was a dull life. People I called friends were also my rivals in studying, in competitions, in personal records, and standardized test scores. I Everyone here taught me how unhealthy that lifestyle was. This month was really fun. Wow, I just realized this all takes place in a month. Between him first moving here and then, yeah, now. That's crazy. Making a fuss over lunch, making a fuss over the club, making a fuss over the festival. Something hot began dripping from my face. Uncontrollable tears. I should have had no obligation to shed tears for them. But they wouldn't stop. Even if they were after my life. Even if they were trying to kill me. Everything that happened this month, I wouldn't forget it. Why did it happen and like this? Yeah. Or could it be those happy days were all a facade as well? Was it all a trap? Meticulously orchestrated up until today to ensnare me? Could it have been that I had just arbitrarily assumed that they were my friends? Well, that couldn't have been the case. Well, Rena and Mio, they really were my friends. Those happy days. There was nothing fake or unclear about them. Someone probably forced them to kill me. Or their minds were taken over, possessed by the supernatural entity known as Oyashiro-sama. Regardless, both Ren and Mion, they were the best friends ever. And when they were coming after me, it wasn't of their own volition. But they weren't the kind of people to sell off their friends, no matter what means were employed to force them. There was no way such a thing as being possessed by Oyashiro-sama could happen in reality. Then, did the real Ren and Mion come after me? Like, wow, he's just questioning everything now. What was I thinking? What a silly, dumb idea. Okay, I'm back. Having beaten down both Rena and Mion, I was still debating if they were the real ones or the fakes. There was no real or fake. Oh, only the reality that was before me. Rena and Mion were sprawled out at my feet. That was the only truth. I was only trying to twist the facts to my benefit that I'd beaten my friends to death. No matter how I spun it, it wouldn't change reality. Rena and Mion were both dead. Felt like there was a crack in the dam of strange emotions I was holding back. Felt like my calm state, which was nothing more than a bluff, had receded. In that opening, insanity was leaking out. I killed them. I killed them. Rena and Mion. I killed them. The doorbell rang again. Oh, that's right, they're still here. The unrelenting echo pulled me back into a state of composure once again. I didn't have a moment to spare. Quickly, I needed to get away. I didn't want to die. I would uncover everything after that. The identity of whoever or whatever has pushed me this far. Even if I had to drink mud and eat grass. Okay, that's a weird thing to say, but okay. I would survive. I would survive. I would definitely survive. I killed Rena for that very reason. I also killed Mion. I can tell he's going through it like so much guilt, and it's like, ah, man. This just like, yeah, this is a real tragedy. I went that far just to keep living. So I can't die. For my sake and for the sake of the late Rena and Mion, I have to survive. I ran to the door and grabbed my shoes. The doorbell rang again, as if to urge me on. Behind this single, solitary door, they were there. Keeping quiet, I headed towards the kitchen. Headed towards the back door. Before opening the back door, I put my ears to it and checked for people outside. No one? After I put on my shoes, I opened the door slowly so as to not make a sound. Oh, there he is, the back door! Piercing voice echoed out. That voice stabbed through me, setting my hair on end. It's a weird sense of, what's the word? It's like, yeah, he's suspected them so much, and like your guys aren't my friends. He's like, yeah, he's still living because of them. I feel like in the end, he's just like, yeah, he just kinda, like, what's the word? I don't even know. I give up. Hopefully you understand my point. A voice stabbed through me, setting my hair on end. I had to run. Get out of here, Keiichi. One after the other, I felt stuff like rationale and intelligence, those things you use when you have the time to spare, spill out of me. I didn't feel any pain from the branches scratching my arms and forehead. My autonomously pulsing heart also felt neither fatigue nor pain. My entire being just wished to live. There was nothing else it desired. It probably had no complaints whatsoever. So of course I wouldn't feel fatigue. Oh, this is a new area. I just ran. Just recklessly rushing in the direction I was already heading. Even if nobody was chasing after me, I'd still be running like this. There wasn't a thought in my mind about where I was headed. Turning around, I felt the presence right next to me. That presence was without a doubt chasing me like my shadow. If I took even one misstep, I would be devoured. That's what I thought. So I didn't turn around. I didn't stop. I ran. At full speed. He just feels so, human. I love it. It's like they just feel so human. Even for being like a made-up story, it's like, yeah, wow. Oh, what? Okay. That's the Higurashi? That was the chirping of the Higurashi telling me it was evening. Trying to tell me something, and then I finally heard it. The wailing cry of the victims who didn't make it. Would I be joining them? Only the Higurashi knew. They knew everything. They definitely knew. So I ran towards where I could hear more of the Higurashi's chirps. But the farther I ran, the farther away their chirping became. I couldn't get near them. Why are you all running away? Was it my fault? Was I the one to blame? Then I'll apologize. Oh my god, here's apologize once again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, whoops. I think I oh no. I felt that only the Higurashi knew. Oh man, how much more is this? We're getting so close to the end. I just feel it. Chased by shadows. Oh! What? Smoking was with a cloud of cigarette smoke. What the hell? The expensive smoke filter gave off some crackling electric noises, but it didn't seem like it was doing anything at all. Why do smokers have to be shoved so far down this corridor where the sun didn't even reach? I recalled hearing that the tax revenue from tobacco was about 1/10 of the... Okay, whatever revenue. He's just filled with immense guilt, like everything's running away from him. Even the Higurashi. We were the most heavily taxed members of this municipality, so I really wish they'd show us a little more respect. Oh, who are you?
どうしてこれがウーマン切りなんすか?
Oh, I don't know how you say his name. Kuma, bleh. I'm just gonna call him Kuma because it's easier to say than, I don't know. Kuma guy? Like, I don't know. I'm just calling Kuma because Oishi calls him. Am I Oishi? Why would you discard the 5 Manzu there?
街が狭くなっちゃうっすよ。
It's just decreasing your options. One of the younger detectives was having a staring contest with the mahjong magazine called Next Turn.
ウーマン切ってもテンパイ崩れませんから。
You're still in Tepai if you cut the 5 Manzu.
背底にかけるなら両面で受けた方がチャンスあるんじゃないですか？
I don't know what you're saying. If you're betting on a Haite, then shouldn't you be going into it with the Mangan? Like, what is that? What are these terms?
クマちゃん、川を見てください。
Kuma-chan. Look at the pawn. Yeah, see, he called. Oh, yeah, so this, yeah,
ウー
okay.
マンは全員切ってますから安牌なんですよ。
They all discarded a 5 Manzu. It's a safe tile.
終盤で K 点に走った誰かがダマで待ってたら嫌でしょ。
You'd hate if, at endgame, someone was sitting on a tepai on the last turn, wouldn't you? The kid let out another groan, put out his cigarette, then took out another one.
納得いかないっすね。
I just don't agree.
わざわざ自分で当たり牌減らすなんて。
Why would you reduce your own options? Ah, I see. Yeah, I haven't watched much of the anime. I should watch it once I'm fully done. Why would you reduce your own options? Oh, I already said that.
ちなみに背底で当たり牌出しても論しちゃダメですよ。
By the way, you can't call Ron with your winning tile in that Haite. I don't even know.
どうしてですか？
That's definitely wrong. What? Why is that? Just then, I heard a voice coming from down the hall.
大石さん、いますか？
Are you here, Oishi-san?
一般の方から凱旋です。
You have a call from a civilian.
ありゃこりゃどうも。それじゃちょいと失礼。
Oh, this has to be Keiichi. Whoa, ain't that something? Welp, see you soon.
どうして論しちゃダメなんですか？
Why can't you call Ron on it?
あ、待ってくださいよ、大石さん。
Hold on for a second, Oishi-san. The man sitting in the seat Oishi-san was heading towards waved at the telephone receiver.
凱旋です。
Outside line.
講習から。
From a payphone.
ああ、どうもすいません。
Oh, why thank you.
お待たせしました。大石です。
Okay, Oishi, interrupt me? Sorry to keep you waiting. This is Oishi.
もしもし。
Who is it?
大石さんですか？
Oh, it is Keiichi. Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird being on the other side. It's like, this is from, I guess, Oishi's perspective right now. Wow. Okay. This is our first, like, change in perspective. Oh, Oishi-san.
もしもし。
Hello?
前原さんじゃありませんか。
Oh my god. Can we get some help? If it isn't Maibara-san.
どうもどうも、こんにちは。
Why, good evening. From the tone in Maibara-kun's voice, I already knew he was in a predicament. This was the first time Maibara-kun had phoned me, and he was calling from a payphone.
落ち着いてください。
Please calm down.
何がありました？
Something happened?
その、
Uh-oh. Oh, well, His voice was erratic over the line, and he had completely lost his sense of composure. After checking that nobody else could hear, I prompted him in a hushed tone.
何があったんです？
What happened?
俺。
落ち着いて前原さん。
Calm down, Maibara-san. Really? In 4 episodes? That's surprising.
今そこに近場の警官を行かせます。
I can have the local officers head to your location.
私もすぐそっちに行きますよ。
I'll be there soon, too.
その、多分、無理です。
I think that's impossible. His voice was quivering and hoarse. He wasn't surrounded by people even as making this call, was he? Wow, he actually sounds concerned. Okay.
前原さんは今公衆電話からかけてますよね。
Maibara-san. You're calling from a payphone right now, right? Yeah, he sounds like he's in deep pain. Like, it genuinely unsettled me. Like that scream in the beginning, like
どこの
like
公衆
no.
電話ですか？
Where's that payphone? There were no other sounds besides Maibara-kun's voice. It had to be a phone booth. I scratched out a note and thrust it at my colleague sitting across from me. Hinamizawa phone booth. He understood quickly and hastily started on the internal lines. Oh, come on,
落ち着
Keiichi.
いて前原さん。
It's a race against time. Calm down, Maibara-san.
今どういう状況なんです？
What's your current situation? It was best practice to avoid flustering someone panicking, but this was an urgent case. Maibara-kun did just get in trouble, get away, and then call me. He was in the midst of something dangerous right now. But yelling at Maibaru-kun right now would just needlessly cause them to be even more frantic. I'm loving this Oishi POV, by the way. Like, I'm loving the, like, thought process. Like, oh, this Maibaru-kun wasn't just calling to seek help. He was trying to tell us something more than that. Whatever that was, if I didn't get it from this call, I was certain there would never be another chance. My colleague pushed a note in front of me. There's only one booth in Hinamizawa. Patrol car's on the way. 5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes?
かかりすぎです。
That's too long.
警らには何人乗ってます？
How many officers are in there?
2人です。
2. Not enough. If it was as I imagined, there were likely quite a few people surrounding Maibaru-kun. I know, right? It's easy to forget they're kids. But this is even worse. Oh my god. The fact that, yeah, wow. I just realized he's probably getting, like, yeah, attacked by all those people right now. 5 minutes was too long.
南沢の駐在さんには電話しました。
Did you call the officer station in Hinamizawa?
定時巡回の時間です。
He's scheduled to be on patrol.
家人は留守で連絡不能。
They're currently out, and it'll be impossible to contact them.
そう。
God damn.
クマちゃん、車を回してください。
I know. It's so awesome seeing this change. God damn. Kuma-chan, bring the car around.
了解っす。
Understood.
もしもし、
Hello?
おじさん。
Oshi-san? Oh no.
もしもし。
Hello?
大丈夫です。
It's alright.
ちゃんと聞こえてますよ。
I can hear you loud and clear. There was something wrong with Maibaru-kun. That wasn't a normal coughing sound. Vomiting? Or was it blood? Had he already been attacked? Was he injured?
前原さん、今そこに警官が向かってます。
The police are on their way.
2、3分で到着しますからなんとか持ちこたえてください。
They'll be there in a couple minutes, so hold on somehow.
もしもし、
Hello?
聞こえてますか？
Can you hear me?
前原さん。
I could hear on the other end of the line that he was having a coughing fit. Oh my god, no, this is so bad. The worst possible situation popped into my head.
前原さん、犯人は誰です？
Who's the culprit?
何人なんです？
How many are there?
俺も最初は人間が犯人なんだと思いました。
Oh, that almost made me just throw up. At first, the culprit was human. I couldn't tell if that was like a cough or vomiting.
大丈夫ですか？前原さん。
Are you alright? Mibara-san.
犯人は人間なんだって。お社様のたたりなんかないんだって。
I thought that the culprit
そ
was
う
a person
思ってました。
and not Oyashiro-sama's curse.
ついさっきまで。
Oh, it's alright now.
だけど、やっぱり。
But I guess in the end, it was an intense bout of coughing, then vomiting.
でも、
But I guess
やっぱり
Mr. Sama
お社様ってのは。
does exist.
いや、
No, he's
今。
here.
前原さん、どうか落ち着いて。
Mibara-san, please, just calm down. I'm on the edge of my seat and
な
I'm
ん
so
か
nervous.
さっきからおかしいと思ってたんです。
Yeah, he's just so far gone. He's definitely like delirious and clawing at his own throat. Oh, he's definitely clawing his throat like Tomitake right now. You can just tell by the way he's vomiting blood. He's like, yeah, scratching his throat and he's just hysterical. I've been thinking he was strange for a while now.
ずーっとつけてくるんですよ。
He's been following me this whole time.
走っても走っても走っても走っても
I run and run and run and run.
影みたいにぴったりくっついて。
He just sticks to me like my shadow.
だけど少しず
But
つ
slowly,
少しず
so slowly,
つ俺の背中ににじり寄ってくるんです。
it's digging itself into my back.
前原さん、そいつは今ひょっとして前原さんの後ろに。
Higurashi-san, are they right now, perhaps, right behind you?
後ろに
Behind me.
すぐ後ろに。
Right behind me.
お願いです前原さん。
Please, Mibara-san.
怖いのはわかります。
I can tell you're scared.
ですが、
But please,
あなたの後ろに誰がいるんです？
who is it that's right behind you?
振り向けるわけないじゃないですか。
I can't just look behind me.
振り向いたら俺
Fight you, Al. Al?
怖いのはわかります。
I understand that you're scared,
でも教えてほしい。
but please tell me.
ちょっと振り返るだけでいいんです。
Can you turn around a bit? Who is it?
前原さんの後ろに誰がいるんです。
Behind you, Maibara-san. After I said that, I could hear him vomiting intensely. What followed was a nightmarish sound.
前原さん、
Maibara-san,
あんたまさか
could it be that you're...
喉を引っかいてたりはしないでしょうね。
Oh my, he even knows. Clawing out your own throat. There was no answer, but I could hear something like scratching. No, oh no, don't hear it. Don't. There's a bang, as if something was being hit. Iverkin had probably dropped the receiver. I could hear groaning and vomiting over on the other end and repeating an abnormal sound. I know, right? Like, Urushi's gotta have like nerves of steel to be doing this. Like, he's panicking, but like, I'd be freaking out if this was me.
もしもし、
Hello?
もしもし、
Hello?
前原さん、
Iverkin.
もしもーし。
I knew how far away my voice would sound on the other end, but I couldn't help but shout. At that moment, I heard whispering coming from the other end. I couldn't tell what he was saying. The way he was saying it, was he talking to himself? Or was he talking to someone there?
もしもし、
Hello?
前原さん。
Other than whispering, it was some kind of mantra he was chanting over and over. Focus my senses, trying to pick up what he was saying. What was he repeating? What exactly? Beep. Suddenly the line went dead. A what? Did he use up his time? It's because of the payphone.
Oh.
It was because it cut off so abruptly. The last thing he said came out so clearly in my mind.
おいさん、車は OK っす。
Oshi-san, the car's good to go.
おいさん。
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. Oh, that was his final words. Oh no, bro. Are you really trying to make me cry right now, game? Like, I am not a crier, but don't. Like, I at first I was confused. I thought Oishi was apologizing that he couldn't save him in time, but no, I see what he's saying. It was, I'm sorry.
おいさん。
Oishi-san. That's what he was repeating over and over. He said, I'm sorry. I had a gut feeling. There was no longer a need to hurry. I could hear the chirp of the Higurashi spilling in from the open window. I should have been able to hear them this entire time. I just wasn't paying any attention. Why did I focus on them all of a sudden? Bro, no. Were they trying to tell me something? Only the Higurashi knew. That's how I felt. No, no way, that's the end. Oh, no, that has to be the end. No. Oh, okay. No, there's more. June 1983. Oh, okay, here we go. Aftermath. Aftermath time. In Hinmizawa, a remote village near Shishibone City, there was a murder involving 2 female students. The suspect is Keiichi Maibara, aged unknown. We're just going to say there. The suspect called over his 2 female classmates. Ryugu Miyonsonzaki to his house and beats them to death with a metal bat. No! Police, this is wrong. He did not call them over. They're trying to paint him out as like... What? The scene of the crime was the suspect's room on the 2nd floor of his house. The inside of the room was covered with a significant quantity of splattered blood, and there were signs of a struggle with the victims. In addition to the scene of the crime, the entryway, living room, and kitchen all had traces of a struggle. Wait, what? The entryway, living room, and kitchen. That's strange. At the entryway, the shoe rack and wall had evidence of being impacted by a strong, blunt force. Oh, no, that was just him hitting that earlier. It is believed to have been the same bat as the murder weapon. Having no traces of blood, it is believed the destruction occurred before the murders. Yeah, okay. There was a possibility the suspect overpowered his victims to keep them from fleeing. In the living room, the rug had been pulled back, then thrown aside. It's hard to believe that this had a connection to the struggle with the victims, and thus the reason for this remains unknown. Oh yeah, wasn't he looking for the... Was he looking for the needle? In the kitchen, the garbage bag was torn apart, and its contents was spread out on the floor. Oh no, this is when he was looking for what was he looking for? Oh, that's right. He was also looking for the sewing needle here. Yeah, I was about to say. I know they're like 14, 15, and then Rika and Sadako are like a bit younger than that. Also, wow, we have not seen Rika and Sadako in like hours. Garbage was strewn about in the surrounding area, and handprints believed to belong to the suspect were discovered. It is believed that the suspect had for some reason taken out the trash and struck it with his fists. The reason for this remains unknown. In addition, there was a note struck to the fridge. The words, "Was there a needle?" were written on it. The meaning behind this remains unclear. Just in case, the garbage was searched, but a needle was not discovered. Although the garage door was functional, it had been left open since the suspect moved in. The garage door was found closed. Well, yeah, suspect's fingerprints were discovered on the garage door. The reason behind this remains unknown. Well, we know that. Okay. The suspect fled the scene of the crime. Okay, we know that. However, a patrolling officer found the suspect collapsed inside a phone booth. Okay, here we go. At the time of discovery, the suspect was unconscious in critical condition. He was rushed to the local hospital for treatment, but he did not regain consciousness and died 24 hours later. Oh man, he didn't even die right at. Like, I thought he died like a little bit after that. No, he survived for another 24 hours. The result of the autopsy indicates the immediate cause of death to have been hypovolemic shock. It was determined that the suspect had clawed at his own throat with his fingernails, and the resulting bleeding caused his death. Oh man, bro. With a similarity to the deaths of Tomitake-san the prior week, the police believe there to be a connection and have opened an investigation. However, due to the wishes of the local authorities, it will be a confidential investigation. Again? Due to the abnormal nature of the death, it was suspected that drugs were involved, but as with Tomitake-san, no traces were discovered. What prompted all this remains inexplicable. As such, this case is being treated as an act committed on impulse. That's definitely true. However, with several accounts of the suspect's bizarre behavior leading up to the incident, it is possible that this was premeditated. Separated from his group of friends, isolation, inexplicable behavior. Several days before the incident, the suspect began carrying around a metal bat. The suspect was observed displaying aggressive behavior, as well as talking to himself at school. His classmates have actually heard portions of what he was saying. I knew they were hearing him say some stuff like, "Don't let yourself be killed." 2 days before the incident, the suspect declared to his parents the possibility of his death. Due to these circumstances, the police have begun an investigation on the possibility that this crime was not committed on impulse, but was instead planned several days in advance. Yeah, this definitely don't feel realistic, right, guys? Oh, afterwards, a note was found in the suspect's room that he had written himself. The note was written on 2 sheets from a B5 college-ruled notebook that had each been torn in half. As if trying to conceal it, it was stuck behind a clock on the wall. The contents are written in the appendix. Police believe it to be strongly related to the incident. The police changed their line of investigation based on the possibility that the suspect was involved in some sort of incident himself. However, no further clues were found, casting doubt on the credibility of the note. Was the crime impulsive or premeditated? With the situation unclear and no further developments, the case has been labeled as unresolved. However, the following year, suspicion arose regarding the nature of the note. The note was not written on 2 halves of B5 paper from 2 separate sheets, but was originally a single sheet of B5 paper. In order to erase several lines from the middle, someone had torn them out. What? Judging from the size of the letters, the missing section is estimated to be 2 to 3 lines. It is highly probable that the person who eliminated the lines in question is not the suspect. In addition, judging from traces of large quantities of cell phone tape being stuck to the back of the clock, speculation that something other than the note was stuck there has arisen. Oh, what? They didn't find the needle? The person who discovered the crime was a detective rumored to have a connection with the incident, Kurado Oishi. He underwent voluntary questioning, but denies involvement in any damages to the note. Let's read the full note. Okay, we're about to figure out what they took out. I said Meibara. Every time I say his last name, I just progressively get worse at pronouncing his name. I, Keiichi Maibara, am in fear for my life. I do not know why they are after my life. The only thing I do know is that it has to do with Oishiro-sama's curse. Rena and Mion are conspirators of the perpetrators. There are 4 or 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. This is all on the first sheet. The section below this has been ripped out. Okay. This is from the second sheet. The section above this has been ripped out. I have no idea why it's become like, whoa! They completely took everything out about the syringe. I think I've noticed. They took out everything relating to the syringe. They took the syringe, and then took out the note. That's very interesting. If you're reading this, then I am probably already dead. I'm gonna look this back when I edit my YouTube video on this, and yeah, my analysis video. But yeah, I can tell that they clearly took the needle and anything pertaining to it. So that's interesting. Though you may not find my body. Okay, you who are reading this, please uncover the truth. That is my only desire. Keiichi Maibara. What? That's the end? No! What? Oh, what? A new scenario has been unlocked. All cast review session has become available. To play it, select extra on the title menu and then pick the all cast review session. First,